Hey there folks, this is GreenyXI, welcoming you right back to Let's Play Danganronpa. This is episode 26. In last episode, we made it to close to the end of the third class trial, and Celeste is on the ropes. Let's see how it goes. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate? Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate? Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Yasu. Hiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said people's last names.
I got it! That's right, our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal, but he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? name is Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
No, it's wrong. That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook's absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it'll display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please. Just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because... Until the game's over, you never know what might happen!
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Ah, here we go. Bit of comic book style. Now this one can be really tricky because the hammers and stuff are so similar. But if you look at the one picture, that's from Case 2. I mean, Chihiro's, you know. But it can be quite confusing to me because of the order of everything that went on. It is quite a confusing trial in general for me. But if we go for the first one first, it's going to be... was it 2? I think I got the right one here, but... Right, is this one. It's Hifumi's face, but just like you can see over there. And that's him meeting up with Celeste to go through the plan, I guess. Next up. Go for number 2. This is... the clock. This is 1 o'clock that he said to meet up with Hifumi. And if we go for number 3... Is it 2? Here we go. Hero, he's holding his head because he's been conked. Well, I think he's been conked. No, he's been conked by there, so I don't know. I don't really know. In the Robot Justice costume, we need to take a photo. They took a photo, didn't they? Or Celeste did, of Hifumi carrying Hero away. Next up. Oh yeah, he's looking at the watch, so that's what we want to do next. There it is. Because it broke doing all this, didn't it? That's when he was waiting around for him, because he had the message as well. Next up, that's where Taka got killed. Hifumi looking all evil. It still seems weird to me, but he's the ultimate slave to Celeste, so, you know. Anyways, this is where Justice Hammer number 4 was used. You can have different pictures, by the way, every time through. It might not be this exact set, but the only ones that will change are the weird ones like that. The ones that obviously aren't part of the case. Or right now, at least, you know, aren't part of this order of things for the gaps. Right. Anyway, Justice Hammer number 2 was used by you as well. So let's have a little look. There it is. And Hammer 3 at this point. Where he put the blood all over himself and stuff. Hammer 3. When he actually died and stuff. Well, he didn't die, he just conked himself out. You know, sort of conked himself out. Anyways, this is where Hifumi is pushing the dolly of the dead body of Taka and stuff like that. So, if you have a look for a picture relating to that. He looks so funny in these things. Finally, we got the very last one. If you have a look, he's the ultimate slave dog. What's the right word for it? Slave dog's obviously not it. And there's Celeste killing him off. So, that was by using this mallet. The one without the number on it.
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Yeah. Zero results. I did guess something wrong at one point. Once or twice. Or at least, still good. Oh, look at all them medals. In between this episode and the next one, by the way, I'm going to be spending all of those outside on the loading screen. You can choose as well to use them.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro. And she was smart enough to bring up a plan like that, wasn't she? She was a very smart person. She didn't have to be strong to get the heads up on one or two people.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Ifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations. So you really did approach Ifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her speciality, lying. Her speciality? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree. Then did you use, you know? I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Ifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Ifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean? She talking about alter ego? What? What are you talking about? Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. Totally out of the loop as usual. How sad. Then the other one who stole it? That's right. And you used it to drag Ifumi into the plan you'd come up with? Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it had disappeared, I paid Ifumi a little visit. What are you doing here? I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It's about what was stolen. I know who did it. What? It was Taka. He stole it. What? And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course. So it was him. But how'd he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You're correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it. What? Please forgive me. He threatened me. He did? He came to my room last night unannounced, and then, it's hard for me to even say, he abused me. What? And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice. That's a crime. An absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him. Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands. Taka's planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target. Escape? You don't mean... Taka's gonna try and kill you. What? And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard. Bastard. Can we allow him continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She... I have to save her. Then would you like to join with me? It just so happens I've come up with a plan. I've devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it's complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Ifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me. I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place. So, why did you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it. And in that regard I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents though. I feel like I could cry. When you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live? That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death. He just barely held on. He really believed that? Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. All seems very straightforward. Stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death. So he planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself. How can human life mean so little to you? That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win. Now you sound like Byakuya. No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike. Then what made you take things this far? Was it really just for money? You're talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment of our new life has begun, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here. Obviously that was a lie. I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here. I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why, huh? Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever. And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing. It was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours? To live in a European castle. Castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence. Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Oh. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I? You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it? You're asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavour. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing. That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding. That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realise you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people, I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared. That's right, I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But no, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice then, I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette. You just get executed again. That's true. Celeste smiled then. When she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings. But that statement itself must have been her final lie. She was scared shitless. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her. You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The blackened disturbed the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For her. The ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What? Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
And that's probably my favourite character of the game dead. Gutted. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world and so more people had to die. You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
I knew I thought you guys were going to pass the torch of hope to the next generation. What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here. You're the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you going to make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste? What's the deal with that? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me? What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? Oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean? Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. Think about time I got out of here. Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course. Of course. See ya. Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but... What's that key that Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's a key to one of the dressing room lockers. What? Then that means Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. Yeah, so, you know, alter ego. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well,
It's up to you now.
Yo.
I'm going to go to the dining hall, okay? So Makoto and Kyoko are going to go together? Does that mean what I think it means? Good luck, Makoto. Girls like you are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leave me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Yeah, let's go. See what's in the locker.
So then,
Need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the keys Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw... Yay! It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It's like she's speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and... I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon, maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please just wait a little longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
however,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time. He disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No, I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see. What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own 2 eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. When it did, I went into action. But what is it? Okay, we're on the 2nd floor, right?
correct.
The boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back. She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Let's have a little look then. Another room without surveillance. I suppose toilets and stuff are the exception, right? Way in the back. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about. Could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet. And suddenly, as if I were being yanked in. Ooh! Kashunk. At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. An extra room. Ba-boom! I'd fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? Turned out, the back wall was like a revolving door, and I'd made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor is a storage closet. And way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. Here it is. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? Let's have a little look around. Bunch of files, what look like volume after volume of yearbooks, all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope Speak Academy Student Registry. It's the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file, and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. It's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave. What's this? My head feels funny. Strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before. But I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? A strange sound rang out through my head. It felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Oh, it's all gone. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much, at least. Normal desk, normal drawers. This is what I wanted to look at, really. Empty bookshelf. Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone. What's this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room. Get some rest. Okay, something strange going on. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry. Can't see. In fact, in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that... As if from a vast distance I heard a sound. It was faint, but undeniable. That sound. It's coming from the gym. So desperately hold my shaky frame toward the gym. The sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? Can't be nothing. You're in the gym. Let's head in and see. I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Ka-cha! Backyard, da-da-dun. Before me, they waged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be? The mastermind spy is... And there we go. Chapter 3 is done. That's a good one, because 3 people die instead of 2. But yeah, we're down to 7. I'm gutted Celeste is gone. She was one of the more interesting characters to me, but... You know, some people have got to die. It's the way the game works. Super Robo Justice present. Yeah, we're gonna save. 3's go out. Okay. Save over that one, I think. But, yeah, we're not going on to chapter 4 yet. This has been GreenyXI. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in a bit for chapter 4, in between this episode and the next one. I am going to be spending all my Monokuma coins, like I said before. And, on the chapter select screen sort of thing. On the load screen. And see if I can get all the presents. I don't think so. It reaches a point where it's so rare that you just gotta keep trying and trying and trying and trying and hope for the best, kind of thing. But anyway. Thanks again for watching, folks. See you again for chapter 4 in a bit.